Wednesday. My name is Donna Keba.
And my name is Danielle Glackin.
And we are really good friends. We met actually through the worship team at church. And I asked David if we could do this just because the Lord put on my heart to share the story of my last year. I know everybody had an interesting year last year, but mine had a little bit of a monkey wrench thrown in. Anyway, I want to start off by reading Psalm 95, 1 through 7. Whoops, I just lost it. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. It says, "Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down and worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if only you would hear his voice." We're going to start off with a song that I wrote during the pandemic last year. It was probably right around a year ago. I think it was last April that I wrote this song. When this all started, it was a little scary for a lot of us, I think. Had a lot more time at home to think about things, and I suffer from anxiety, so my anxiety was starting to get the better of me, and then I started praying about it and reading my Bible more, and I thought, I have all this extra time. Wouldn't it be great? And a lot of people did. I thought, wouldn't it be great if instead of being scared about this whole thing and depressed about it, what if something wonderful came out of this, and there was like a revival, and people read their Bibles more and prayed more, and we could really feel God moving through all this. And I honestly think there was a lot of that going on at the beginning, and there probably still is. But that's where this song came from, and it's called "This Could Be the Brink of Something Great." All right. In the stillness you move, in the silence you speak, and in my solitude, regardless of mood, you are there when I seek. Oh, this could be the brink of something great, because I know you're working while I wait. Help me stay calm in these dark times, reminding me in the darkness you shine. In the vastness you're close, in confusion you're sure, and in my helplessness, even if I'm a mess, you are there all the more. Oh, this could be the brink of something great, because I know you're working while I wait. Help me stay calm in these dark times, reminding me in the darkness you shine. Shine on, shine in, shine through the darkness, Lord. Break through, break down the fear I'm leaning toward. Shine on, shine in, shine through the darkness, Lord. Break through, break down the fear I'm leaning toward. This could be the brink of something great, because I know you're working while I wait. Help me stay calm in these dark times, reminding me in the darkness you shine. Just keep reminding me in the darkness you shine. All right, so that was the start of my quarantine. Hang on, gotta get my page back here on my phone, or I'm gonna lose my train of thought. And then in June, the end of June, my husband was out mowing the yard, and it was a really warm day. And he came in to take a break and had a massive heart attack or stroke. We're still not exactly sure which, and died that night. And it was the hardest thing I've ever been through. But there was a calm, like from the very beginning. I knew that God had my back. And there were, I don't know how many of you have lost somebody close, really close to you. And I was the kind of wife that didn't pay the bills, and my husband did all of that stuff. So I had no idea what was paid online, what we wrote checks for, how much money we even had in the bank. I didn't know any of that stuff. I didn't know his password to any of our accounts. So I had to meet with the bank manager. I had to figure all this stuff out on my own. And I had to find all kinds of paperwork too. Life insurance policy, all this stuff, his social security card. And every time I had to find something like that, I would pray about it and I would find it. One of us would find it. Either me or one of my kids would find it almost immediately. And it was like God was telling me, stop worrying about all this stuff because I've got your back. So, and I also struggled with my prayer life at the time because my mind was a sieve and I could not focus on anything for very long. So as much as I tried to read my Bible and pray, it just wasn't happening. And I felt guilty about it. And again, it was kind of like God brought this verse to my mind, Romans 8:26, in the same way the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. And it was like he was saying to me, I've got your back. You don't have to worry about praying right now. I know that you can't focus on all this stuff. And I know what you need, and I'm taking care of you. And my daughter, at the time that my husband passed away, was 35 weeks pregnant. And she was an absolute mess that night. In hindsight, I probably should not have called her and her husband, but they live right down the road, and I was freaking out, and I kind of needed them here with me. But a week and 2 days later, like 2 days after his funeral, my daughter had a placental abruption, and my granddaughter was born 4 weeks early. And a placental abruption can be bad. Like, all the doctors were amazed. They said that the timing of everything could not have been better. She called the doctor immediately when she started bleeding, got to the hospital. Got to the doctor's office right away. They said, you're going to have this baby tonight. Rushed her over to Women's and Babies. She gave birth through an emergency C-section. The doctor miraculously was not busy at the time. And everything was perfect. The baby was perfect. Ellen was perfect. Everything worked out perfectly. And, I'm at home freaking out a little bit. Thankfully, I didn't know that it could have been really bad. Like the baby could have died. She could have died. But everything was great. And she healed so quickly. And when I think back to the timing of everything, they had gotten married not even a year early. It was really like 9 months. She got pregnant like 2 weeks after they got married. My husband was a walking time bomb. He had such high blood pressure. He could have gone at any minute. He could have died the day of her wedding. He could have died earlier in her pregnancy and really messed things up. But, you know, God's timing is perfect, and I am just so thankful that everything worked out when it did. Um, so, and I also felt like this verse, I clung to this verse, these verses a lot too. 2 Corinthians 12, 9 through 11. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, and difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. I wrote the next song a a few months, I guess, after he passed away. I think I was really in shock at the very beginning of everything, and then I really started grieving a little bit more after a month or two. But this song just talks about how I just saw the hand of God through the whole ordeal. He was leading me, he was guiding me, he was providing for me, and the timing of my life insurance, everything was exactly as it needed to be, as I needed it to be. Like, he was providing for me daily. It was amazing. Okay. So this song is called I Know You're There. You walk beside me through the fire and put my feet on solid ground. You sheltered me as flames rose higher, and there was no way around. You've been my guide through the darkness when I could not find the way. You were the only light that I saw in a sea of black and gray. I know you're there. I've seen your hand. I trust in you. I trust your plan. The pain I feel is very real, but Jesus, so are you. You fought for me in every battle when I had no strength to fight. You were the confidence I needed in the middle of the night. You show me time and time again that you always will come through. I don't know why I ever doubt you, but you're still there when I do. I know you're there. I've seen your hand. I trust in you. I trust your plan. The pain I feel is very real, but Jesus, so are you. You didn't suffer for me just to watch me suffer on my own. You didn't sacrifice your life for me to live and die alone. You didn't live as one of us to stay aloof and be unknown. You're here with me. You'll always be. I know you're there. I've seen your hand. I trust in you. I trust your plan. The pain I feel is very real, but Jesus, so are you. to finish with the joy of the Lord is my strength.
Tears may fall, my song will rise to you. Though my heart may fail, my song will rise to you. While there's breath in my lungs, I will praise you, Lord. In the dead of night, I'll lift my eyes to you. When the waters rise, I'll lift my eyes to you. While there's hope in this heart, I will praise you, Lord. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. When I cannot see you with my eyes, let faith arise to you. When I cannot feel your hand in mine, let faith arise to you. God of mercy and love, I will praise you, Lord. You shine the glory, Lord of light, I feel alive with you. In your presence now I come alive, I am alive with you. Never sing when I say, I will praise you, Lord. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. When sorrow comes my way, you are the shield around me. Always you remain, like courage in the fight. I hear you call my name. Jesus, I am coming, walking on the waves, reaching for your light. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.